Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a motion to dismiss the indictment against the man charged with Amber Spradlin's murder has been filed in court. And Kentucky State Police accidentally ruined one man's garden while tracking down drugs on someone else's property.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche. We're coming up on 6:30 this Thursday morning. And you know, the good thing about it being the first day of school yesterday and today is you only had a 3 or 2 day week. So you're one step closer to the weekend. Let's send it over to meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at that forecast.
All in the perspective, right, Madison? Nice framing, by the way. 70 as of last check outside our door here at WYMT. You can see the fog and the haze. It's hanging, and it's the way things are going to go, not only for today into tomorrow with a wake up, but guess what? We'll have a great weekend, not just for the fact that it's a weekend coming up, but a fantastic feel to the air. Here are your visibilities, and it's not primo, meaning 10-mile visibility everywhere because of some haze or some fog, so a little extra time out the door we go this morning. Upper 60s at Williamsburg, 74 the hot spot right now at Harlan, and 70 at Moorhead, 71 your way at Pikeville. A couple of showers just after midnight. They lost their punch leaving Pikeville, trying to get into Hazard and Harlan. It's the way the afternoon will end up playing out. Here's the leading edge of our relief coming to play. That swings through tomorrow, setting the stage for a spectacular weekend. The fog burns off to a mixture of sunshine and clouds today. The risk of a shower, thunder shower, low rain chances across the region, and a high of 88. More about your First Alert 7-day forecast. That's coming up in a few moments. Madison?
All right, Tim, thank you. Last night, officials say 3 children briefly went missing at Kingdom Come State Park in Cumberland. They say a family was in the park when a 5, 7, and 9-year-old went missing. First responders worked together to help the children out of the woods. Tuesday, a man in Harlan County died by accidental electrocution at his home. The Harlan County coroner, John Derek Noe, says the man was using a homemade wood-burning instrument when he came into contact with an electrical current that triggered cardiac arrest. Family members and crew members from Lifeguard EMS attempted to revive him. He was also taken to the Harlan ARH ER, where they also tried to revive him. Coroner Noe pronounced him dead at the Harlan ARH ER. A defense attorney has filed a motion to dismiss the charges against the man who police say killed Amber Spradlin last year in Floyd County. In 2 court motions obtained by WYMT, Michael K. McKinney III's attorney argued that the court failed to return the indictment against McKinney in open court, and there was a breach of the secrecy of the grand jury. M.K. McKinney's attorney also filed a motion to reduce his bond. We have more about the new developments on WYMT.com. Today will be the 3rd day in the trial for the man accused of killing a London police officer in a drunk driving incident. Prosecutors say Casey Bird was driving under the influence when he killed Officer Logan Medlock in a crash back in 2022. Prosecutors called several witnesses to the stand yesterday, including Bird's ex-girlfriend, who he called from jail the morning after the crash. Transcripts of the call have Bird pondering whether or not he should plead guilty and saying, quote, "Obviously, I did it."
And then he said, I don't know. When I go in there tomorrow, I don't know whether to plead guilty or not guilty. I mean, obviously I did it. And then I said, just don't say anything right now.
Testimony will continue later today, where we hope to learn more and have the court potentially reach a decision. A first responder and his mother entered not guilty pleas in connection with the death of a firefighter. Austin Turner and his mother Ethel Turner were indicted on charges after a deadly fire truck crash in October 2023, where Regina Huffman died. Ethel Turner was also indicted on charges not related to the crash. She faces forgery and theft charges after police said she forged receipts and failed to make required dispositions of property. A man is dead after a crash in Laurel County. It happened yesterday afternoon on Kentucky 192. Deputies say a medical event may have caused a driver to lose control and hit a tree. 81-year-old Jerry Clark of London was pronounced dead at St. Joseph Hospital in London. Family members of an Anderson County woman killed in a pedestrian crash last month are asking questions. 55-year-old Linda Holland died when police say a truck hit her on U.S. Highway 127 in Anderson County near the Franklin County line. Police tell us they are still investigating the collision and they have not said who was at fault. Ashley Wallace is Holland's daughter, and she says it's been very difficult for her not knowing what happened or why.
I feel horrible for everyone involved. I mean, I know it was, a horrible situation, and those poor people are dealing with trauma as we are dealing with trauma, but I just need the puzzle pieces. I got to put this puzzle together. It's going to make me crazy.
Wallace says her mother was out simply taking a walk and coming back home when she was struck. One person is in the hospital and another arrested after a shooting in Charleston, West Virginia. The shooting was reported at approximately 8:30 p.m. Tuesday night in the 1700 block of Woodbine Avenue. Officers with the Charleston Police Department say a victim was shot in the stomach area, but the injuries do not appear to be life-threatening. Police say Charles Myers was arrested and charged in the shooting. In Perry County, a man and his wife thought they were planning out their winter food supply, but a low-flying law enforcement helicopter put a crack in that plan. I was able to speak with the man about the family history with his garden. It may have felt like a normal Tuesday at the Beverly household.
Me and my wife were canning tomatoes that morning, and then all of a sudden we heard this sound in the house. The windows were shaking, and I went out on the porch to see what was going on.
But the day was far from normal.
They're gonna blow something down on my house.
A helicopter was searching for a reported marijuana patch at Beverly's neighbor's home a quarter of a mile away.
I was upset that day, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not angry. I just, hopefully, like I said, prevent this from happening to someone else. These cages here, well, there's a couple still down, and these were down laying over in the road when I got up here.
Beverly says he is not upset with law enforcement, but this impacts his livelihood.
On the corn. And we have a few left. Maybe enough for seed. Friends and family too, we share with them. We always have. We never was into selling vegetables. If someone needed them, we would share with them.
He says family is the reason he gardens, and they are more than just crops.
My dad planted all these flower trees and the pear trees. He passed away a couple of years ago. This is the old home place where he grew up.
Beverly says he feels discouraged in his gardening efforts and may not replant all of his crops. Beverly says he spoke to a KSP trooper as the incident was happening, and he offered his apologies, but said there was nothing he could do at the time. A Wise County man has been sentenced to 20 years in federal prison for possessing firearms and silencers. Earlier this year, 51-year-old Rodney Allen Pickett was convicted by a jury on one count of conspiracy to distribute 500 grams or more of meth, among others. Witnesses testified at trial that Pickett bought pounds of meth weekly. During a search of Pickett's home, police found several firearms, silencers, and magazines. Guns were among items stolen from vehicles in Wayne County. Monticello police say the two vehicles were parked in a driveway on Wilhite Street. Police say a pistol, 2 magazines, along with a laptop, drill, and nail gun were stolen. Investigators believe it happened late Tuesday night or early this morning. Anyone with information is asked to call or text the Monticello Police Department's crime tip line at 606-688-7676. A woman was arrested for an outstanding warrant and drug charges in Tazewell, Tennessee after a traffic stop on Highway 25E. During the stop, officers found Victoria N. Wade to be in possession of a bag containing meth. Officials also noticed that the expiration date of Wade's temporary license plate had been changed. Wade is charged with possession of meth, altering or forging title or plates, and failure to appear for the warrant of a possession of drug paraphernalia. Detectives with the Narcotics Division of the Claiborne County Sheriff's Office made the arrest. Sometime overnight on Wednesday, a burglary took place in Williamsburg. Officials with the Whitley County Sheriff's Office and Williamsburg Police were called to a home on Mountain View Road in Williamsburg around 9 a.m. Wednesday morning. Officers discovered unknown burglars broke into the home, stole cash and the victim's vehicle. It went north on US 25 toward exit 15. The vehicle is a white 2013 GMC Yukon with Kentucky plates saying 522BZ. If you have any information, call Whitley County 911 dispatch at 606-549-6017. In Harlan County, an active shooter training session was conducted on Wednesday. The session took place at Harlan County High School. These are images from Kentucky State Police. Troopers say the goal of the training was to equip school personnel with the skills to keep the learning environment safe. For months, WYMT has been covering ongoing issues at the Kentucky River Regional Animal Shelter in Perry County. Yesterday, we learned that the animal shelter president resigned Tuesday night. This comes after online controversy about the shelter and his leadership. Vaughn says he did not leave because of a petition made in June, but instead for the animals.
I can leave knowing that I've done all I can, and hopefully they can use this as a launching board to do better things.
For now, animal shelter board members are looking for a new president. Board member Bill Colwell is filling that spot as interim president. The board plans to have a meeting this month to discuss their plans for the future and hopefully elect a president for the shelter. In Scott County, more information has been released about a biting incident involving a canine with the Georgetown Police Department. Last week, officers say they found a victim suffering from a dog bite wound. An officer was also injured while trying to remove canine Rex. When officers went back to the site of the reported incident, Rex began to bite at one of them. Police say Rex failed to respond to commands to release his bite, so they made the difficult decision to euthanize Rex.